Y'all, I am coming in. I'm hoping that my sound is all right because I don't feel like going to get my headphones. I wanted to come in. I had something on my mind and I wanted to chat about it really quickly. This actually is getting kicked off because I actually just saw a friend of mine comment midlife crisis. And so I commented like, no, I actually feel like this is just one step of you stepping into your femininity more. And I wanted to talk about my own femininity breakthrough and what's been coming up for me, what I've been working through. I would love for you to comment and share, what's coming up for you. This is also my first live stream of 2025. Welcome to the new year. And y'all, I have been going through an identity shift. And if you didn't watch one of my videos last month, I talked about how God is shifting me, is shifting my business, is shifting my message. And it's like, this is all rooted with it. And specifically, my femininity, there's so many levels. And so I know that I'm not going to get through everything in this video, but my hope is that this initiates some part of the conversation for you. My hope is that I don't want to feel alone. So let me know, let your girl know if you have been going through any of this too. But in an effort to like keep this a little shorter, because I'm just, there's so many things on my heart, but one of my elements of my femininity breakthrough is actually around my mom. So my mother and I are like very opposite in how we show up in the world, I want to say. So for me, my mom is very like, I saw her be very like submissive, quiet, timid, soft spoken, all those things. And for me, what I experienced as a little girl was I didn't really see a benefit to her being that way. I didn't see um, success in her marriage because of it. I didn't see success in her finances because of it. I didn't see success in her life in seeing that. And so for me, that created an unspoken rule that I made for myself around I'm not going to be that way. So much so that this is the word I can use now as I self reflect. But me realizing I actually thought it was weak. I thought it was weak. I thought it was bad. I thought it was wrong. I thought it was a trick. I thought it would mean that people would take advantage of you. So I fought so to be loud and bold. And I'm even going to bring my freaking weight into it. There is a level of me being a plus size woman that made me feel like a layer of protection. Like, oh, you're not gonna get over on me. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do this. And I also can't deny the environment I was born into, which was, low income. I'm a Jersey girl. And so I'm from, born in Newark, New Jersey, raised in Essex County. So if you think about the personality of a Whitney Houston, okay, me and Whitney Houston were born in the same hospital. But anyway, the point is like very like if you know Whitney's personality, like if you know how she is, like you're very like tough, and you're gonna say what you want to say, you're gonna speak your mind, all those type of things. So there was this energy of like you growing up in the hood. There's a level of like you can't take advantage of me. Like I need to not seem too soft, too weak, because I need to survive, especially as a girl, especially as a girl who doesn't have a dad in the home, especially as a girl who literally I didn't have a school bus until we moved to Virginia for high school. So like 15, 14, middle school, elementary and middle, I walked to school. So we're talking blocks of walking by myself. And then when I went to high school, my freshman year, I got on the public bus, not a school bus, public bus. And I had to ride through like 4 cities. So it took me 90 minutes each way to get home because my mother didn't want me to go to school in the hood where we were. So it took me like 90 minutes to ride to and from school. My point is this layer of hardness, this layer of independence, self-reliance, protecting, harsh. The reason why that's important in that background, and there's so much more to say, and I'm happy to share more if y'all, maybe I'll do more video. But the point is like there was this layer of hardness that I do feel I was forced to have. I do feel that God did create me to be a bold woman, but I connected boldness with a lot of harshness. Hello. So let me know where you're joining from in this beautiful world. So, when I think about business, right, and stepping into my femininity, forget business, actually, life, relationship, and love, and so many things. Like when I think about my femininity, I'm going to be honest, there was a level of shame. It's interesting because I have friends who told me I was very feminine. And I learned from my mother, I learned from my grandmother about like making sure you look good and things like that. But there was this level of like this aura, though, right? That I don't necessarily feel that I naturally gravitated to. So then, how does that show up in business? And what does that mean in my business? I allow things to be, come here, Jax, come here. I allowed things to be harder than they had to be. I've allowed things, come on, come here, come here. I've allowed things to be harder. I've allowed, things to be very like, I need to be independent, even if I'm paying my team. Like, I can't, can I fully trust them to do this thing? Can I fully trust them in their element? Can I fully take their feedback and their advice and do what they say? Or do I have to like always put my spin on it? Like, I can't fully trust them. I brought that into relationships. So there's so many layers of like how you bring that into your business. So in this last, I want to say like 2 years, y'all, Jax is whining. Why is he whining? Don't ask me. Come get your fur internet nephew. Okay. Um, so in this last like couple years of my business, feeling these shifts, not knowing what they were, and it actually had nothing to do with my business, but I stand behind this. I would not have been able to uncover these things if it wasn't for my mission and my purpose work. If I was in corporate only and just following, doing everything, there wouldn't be a space for me to expand in my self awareness and my deeper connecting with myself, all that. Okay. If you as a business owner, you know what I'm talking about. And that's the number one reason why I love working with women who are feeling like they're in the middle phase of their business, especially with their messaging. Because what's really blocking your next level of sales is the fact that you are denying your next level of your message and who you truly want to support and how you want to support them. And you're not fully showing up and shining in your light and how you position your expertise and owning the value of it. And so I even used to think that for sales, I needed to show up with that harsh, right, energy. And me realizing some of my best clients did not come from that. Some of my best clients, some of my biggest contracts, right, have come from me allowing myself to be in the most simple pieces of my natural gifts. Come here, Jax. Come here. Come here. Up, up. Up, over here. Come on. Come say hi to everybody. Come on. Do you want to say hi? Let's move the latte. Come here. Come here. Do you want to say hello? Say everyone. No, no, no. Say everyone. The camera's over here. Over there. Okay. So me, hey Nicole, me, even thinking about sales, and this is the thing with like women who are doing their work from such a place of power. It's like this fight you have between yourself and what you want, right? Like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Who you want to be in the world is like fighting who you think you have to be and how you think you have to do things. And then you start forcing yourself to do things in your business a certain way. You start forcing yourself to sell in a certain way. You force yourself to have your business model in a certain way. You force yourself to do your messaging, your content in a certain way. Everything's like forcing it instead of just allowing like the most easiest parts of you to, like, it sounds cliche, to literally shine through. And there's this level of, we talk about permission, right? There's this level of permission that you're going to allow yourself to run the business, to do the content the way you want. So much so, there's this boundary, like the shame that I used to carry for the femininity, right? If you heard me in the beginning talk about the shame, and like because I carried that, I saw that from, or that's how I perceived that from my mom, coming to a space of There's such beauty and such joy and such pleasure and such peace and such calmness in me allowing myself when I'm fully in my femininity. It actually has nothing to do with being extremely submissive and disempowered and all the things that I used to associate with it. It literally is, I get to be in my fullest natural expression. And when you hold a boundary with that, we think about, in my opinion, boundaries with like other people. What about the boundary with yourself? When I have a boundary of, these are the types of people I tolerate in my space, there's a correlation between that and your ideal client. Your high ticket premium next level clients, that's a boundary that you freaking set. The same way you do for relationships, the same way you do for friendships. They're connected. Because when you understand, my peace is the most important. When I feel my most peaceful and my most purposeful, that is my most powerful, that is my most profitable. When I have a boundary around who I allow in my space, in my program, in my events, in my communities, you know, that is, who I speak to, how I speak to them, that's all going to shift. And I feel like that is a missing piece, right? That we think it's a luxury, but it should be a requirement. It should be like, I don't tolerate that type of thing in my space. I don't tolerate people who make their payments like that. I don't tolerate people who miss their payments like that. I don't tolerate people who show up in my programs like that. I don't tolerate people who do not show up for calls. I don't tolerate people who don't make the payment. I don't tolerate people who have these characteristics. I don't like, and it's not a I don't tolerate. It's literally, oh no, I don't tolerate that. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that a thing? Years ago, somebody asked me this, and they were like, how did you get people like freebie seekers to stop DMing you and stop being in your DMs and stuff? And it literally was for me like people show up in your inbox and they're looking for stuff for free. I expect that people know, like, man, there's a video I saw from Kiera on YouTube, a podcast I saw her in, a summit I saw her, and I saw her on a live stream. I saw her post or whatever it is. There's something that I saw from Kiera, and oh my goodness, I want to DM her because I do want to get feedback on this or like share this or that with her. And I know usually, like, Kiera, the way that my brain just works, I can see things in like literally a minute of like, I might ask you one or two questions and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see this or that needs to shift or whatever for your sales, your visibility, whatever. And, or how you're positioning yourself or the lack thereof. And then it's like, oh my God, Kira, what's the next step? How do I work with you? What is the thing? Like, I don't even understand why people are in the inbox if they don't expect that, yes, I can give you a nugget or two because this is easy for me. This is my gift. This flows out of me. Like, this is simple. And then I will invite you if it feels right for you, if it feels right for me, if we feel like the conversation's going there, I will invite you like, hey, if you want to continue this, if you want to work together, here's the thing. But that's like an expectation. And so anyway, my point is like coming into this space of like more ease and more expression with my work, with my purpose, it actually allows you to create boundaries with who you tolerate in your programs, in a deeper way. And I want to know like what. Let me move this thing. Hey, love, how are you? So I want to know what comes up for you on that. Do you feel like you have those boundaries with who you tolerate in your programs, in your work, with who you allow yourself to speak to in your content? Like, do you feel that like you give leeway to any and everybody to come into your space or not? So that is definitely one thing, I do feel is associated with, and some people are going to make femininity mean how you look and how you talk and how you sound. No, I thought that those were the only ways, right? I thought that those were the only displays of it. But another level, especially for us as a business owner, especially when you're talking about the fact that you want to double your success for 2025, that you want to triple what you've done, right? Whatever you've done over the last 5 years, you want to double it, you want to triple it, whatever that looks like for you in this next season. A part of that is actually, come here, Jax. Come here, baby. Because he just a whining. A part of that is actually you, um, second or step in. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Stepping into a space where you declare, and this was something I had to do too. You declare what you want that to look like, and what you want that to feel like, and what you don't want that to feel like. And I think that so much of my life I spent in hustle mode, in hard mode, in go, go, go mode, um, that I wanted to, and being a high, ambitious person, I wanted to get to the thing, but I don't really believe that I made like prerequisites, but oh my God, I'm blinking on the word I want to use for it, but basically making standards, like making standards of, but how do I want that to look and feel? It was just, I want the end result, but not thinking about, but the way that I want to do that, the way that I want to double my business, the way that I want to triple sales this quarter, the way that I want to work with high, level clients, the way that I want to have my 4-figure and 5-figure program structured, the way that I want to run my team, like not thinking about what's the way that I actually want to do this. What do I want that to feel like? What do I want that to look like? And knowing that you get to declare those things and that those things are actually more important because those things are what help you keep the momentum for the end goal that you even want. Because the opposite is, oh, I just want this end thing, and you're just working, doing everything to get to that thing, and then you get to the thing and it doesn't even feel good. You don't even want it. And what's happening when I look at my clients who are in my programs, who are, at that like mid 5-figure a year, high 5-figure a year space, and they're wanting to step into the 6-figure space, or they're my clients who are already at 6 figures and they're wanting to double or triple what they're doing. When I'm looking at my women do this, there is something unknowingly at the end of what they want that they are afraid of because they did not declare, this is how I want to do it and this is how I want to experience, and here's what that means to me, for me and to me. Here's what I want that to look like. And so what happens is, because you don't clearly define that and do that, so now you're chasing 6-figure goals, right? I want to hit multiple 6 figures in the next 12 months, 18 months, 6 months, whatever that is, right? I'm going to say 6 to 18 months because this varies. So I want to hit this goal, and oh my goodness, but there's like 5 things I'm really excited about that exist at the end of that goal, but then there's like 5 things I'm not so excited about. But I think that that's a condition of the 6 figures. I think that I subconsciously, I have to go through those to get to here. Like I used to remember, I used to tell one of my old coaches, I don't desire a big team. So what that meant was, somewhere in my brain, me getting to multiple 6 figures meant I had to have a big team. And the reality is, I love a small and mighty team. Like we usually have anywhere from 2 to 4 people, supporting me at any given time. And so once I realized, and that's okay, we run multiple 6 figures, and we can have 2 to 4 people. We don't need 5 and 10 and 20 people for multiple 6 figures, for getting to 7 figures, whatever. And I'm sure, Jax, no, 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 come here, come here. So, what conditions are you placing on the next level of what you desire? Even if it's the example I was using here was like boundaries around people. For me to get to this place, it means I'm going to have some clients that I really don't like. I'm going to have to work with people like this. I'm going to have to, spend this many hours on that. And no, how do I need to alter the program? What do I need to alter in my office hours? What do I need to alter in my boundaries with those office hours? What do I, whatever that looks like, you projecting, I'm not going to be able to be present with my family. It's going to hurt my marriage. It's going to cost me my relationship. It's going to cost me my health. Like all of these conditions on the end of it wouldn't be so if for me in my experience, me tapping into, and I'm connecting this with femininity, but the reality is I'm actually connecting it to like ease and permission and desires, that it's safe for me to have my desires, and it's safe for me to have the boundaries that fit them, even if the boundary is like something I have to have with myself, even if the boundary is with someone I have to have externally, team member, clients, right? Who is your ideal client, right? And any relationship, whatever that looks like. So I go back to the comment on like, oh, this is a midlife crisis. I use the example of like just using lipstick, but I see it so much beyond that, right? I see it for myself, for my friends, for a lot of my clients. Like, this is not a midlife crisis, sis. This is not. This is literally a shift in your identity, coming back into where it always was meant to be. The ease, feeling beautiful about yourself, feeling amazing, because those thoughts, right, whether that looks like makeup, whether that looks like your hair, whether that looks like your clothes, your wardrobe, whether that looks like your body, your health, working out, whatever that looks like, okay, for you, you wanting to do better, like with your skincare. Like, I'm going to a dermatologist, and y'all, this is so crazy. Why I never thought to go to a dermatologist. I will go and think, I'll talk to one of my friends who's really good with skincare. I will, and like, I think she used to work at a spa too, I'm not sure, but, um, and talk to my friend, or, go to like a fake get facials and stuff like that, which that counts too. But in my mind, literally last month, I was like, why not just go to a dermatologist? And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do something to support me with my acne that I really never had. But apparently, y'all, in your 30s, you can go, like, with your hormone shifting, there is a level of acne that you'll kind of go back through potentially when you were a teenager. I didn't have any idea. So my skin is going to kind of purge a little bit, and that's okay. So I see something right here. It's purging and all that. But my point of saying that was like, it was so simple. Last month, I was like, oh, I'm just going to book and go to a dermatologist. Why that never, like, I'm just going to get a medical, like, I know estheticians are definitely part of the field, but I was like, I'm just going to go get a medical opinion. So anyway, my point is, even just for that, like, maybe for you it's skincare, maybe for you it's your teeth, maybe for you it's your hair, maybe for you it's your wardrobe, whatever it is. Maybe for you it's something as simple as like, I'm gonna make sure I shower every day, like, whatever that is. Um, we're worthy of not just the external, but like for me, the experience of it, and the energy that it's going to put you in, like the energy you are going to have about yourself and for yourself, and then how that transcends and how you show up in your sales calls. So that's why at the end of the title of this, it says for your sales. Pay attention to how you show up to create content when you feel at your absolute best. When you don't feel like you have to pretend to be something else. When you even break through the natural state of having to hustle hard, and you allow yourself to be an ease of expression of what you want to say and how you want to say it and what you want to do and how you want to serve and how you want to sell and all the things. Like, just pay attention. That's all I'm asking you to do. Pay attention to how you feel when you create from this space. Pay attention to how you show up to sales calls from this space. Pay attention to how you create from this space. When I tell you the decisions that I've been making over the last 30 to 60 days, the rapidness of it, things that I have been wanting to make decisions on for months, but didn't. In the moment, I'm like, wait, I get to make things easier. Why am I making things so hard? Where did I find validation in making things so hard and so difficult? Why does that stimulate me? Why am I conditioned to go the hard way so that it feels more of an achievement? I don't want that. When did I say I wanted that? Why did I want that? And you start to think, wait a minute, we can just do it easy like this. We have made decisions on shifting things in our systems. So we don't have to use these 5 systems. We can use one system to do all 5 of these things. Okay, even if it's at a higher price, great, convenience. I can go here and get all my appointments like this. Great convenience. We can make, if this person can do this task or that task, great convenience. Like, you just start to look at things different. And even in my programs, we're overcomplicating this, like this, and this, and our clients really only need this. Okay, let's shift that. How can we make things easier and simpler for them? So I'm seeing this even overflow in my clients, right? Where it's like, I already know my clients, for example, are creating content. You create content already. You want to get your content converting more. You want to get your content converting stronger. You want to get your content converting quicker. You want to get your content converting more high quality clients. Okay, so then what templates and resources and things are we creating that help them do that? That help them better leverage their messaging as a sales tool, that better helps them pre-sell and pre-qualify and pre-position themselves faster and quicker to help them triple and double and triple. And so then it's like, I don't need to overcomplicate this for myself or for them. Let's just make it simple like this. Okay, so here's how we're doing this for 2025 for them. Like it just makes it is a whirlwind of difference. And I can't, from my personal experience, equate it to anything as much as I can to this ease. And a part of the ease was me operating in my softer side, me operating in how do we do this simpler? Because my peace, my space, my presence, those things are more important. And so, how do I bring those things in more? So, there's definitely been identity shifts that have been happening. And it's so funny because, like, it doesn't feel good in the moment. So, when you first join my core program, Money the Message, one of the things you go through is my Reline to Shine. And it is so beautiful. So, we have two women who just started. And so, this last week and a half, as we ended the month, and it's so cool to watch them going through it. They're both going through it at the same time. And just to just to hear about breakthroughs that are happening, or like awarenesses, or like I've been doing this for 7 years this way and never asked myself, do you want to do it that way? Is that the easiest, simplest way to do it? And not easy because like there's no effort, but I mean ease in that you'll be in a space of just sorry, forgot about got a message and forgot about something. Um Ease in a way of I am worthy of this not being more difficult than it has to be. And when I operate in my most natural state, not that things are easy, but they're more simple. And simple is less is more. I used to think simple meant lazy, simple meant not as good, not as important, all these things. And in actuality, simple is actually really beautiful. So when I have simplicity of just sitting by this window and drinking mine, today it's a latte, but sometimes matcha or like a tea or whatever. I've been really into having a cup of tea every morning and just sitting here journaling, whatever that is. Like there used to be this part of me that needed to go, 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 do, like be running. I felt like I was boring if I was just sitting here, and it's like, no, it's such a place of peace. And then to watch the ideas for content or team or clients, or there's times where I've messaged clients like, hey, I thought about this for you. And it just came out of nowhere, just not out of nowhere, but like I'm just sitting here and we're creating the space. We say things come from out of nowhere, but it's just you creating the space to be open and listen to whatever's coming up. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on femininity. It's not a midlife crisis, and this is another conversation, but to me, it's very wrong for people to be telling us, like, oh, it could be a midlife crisis, you're going through this, you're going through that. Like, no, I'm getting more in tune with myself, with my emotions. I'm connecting more with myself. I'm connecting deeper with myself. I'm allowing that to be. There's nothing wrong that's happening here. And stop making women think that it's wrong. And especially, this is a true story. For the girlies who have had similar upbringings and experiences as me, shame to other people who are, yes, I wish this would have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. My life might be different, but things are exactly how they need to be. And so stop shaming women who are just getting in tune with themselves, who are just getting connected with themselves or reconnected with themselves. Stop shaming women for like how they were brought up, that they have to go through that healing and they have to do that shedding. They have to let go of those stories. They have to let go of those experiences. They have to let go of those wounds that they have around their mother or their father or their upbringing or their self-reliance or their self-independent. Like people want to shame us. Stop doing that. You got to it, sis. I don't care if you was 28, 38, 48, 58. Like, as long as you get to it, as long as you get to it, let go of other people's timelines of your healing. Let go of other people's timelines of where you should be at what age and how it should be and how it should look. If you want to decide that you want to learn makeup at 30 and 40, you want to put on makeup at 30 or 40, and I don't, this is not for anybody specific or like that I think somebody meant a wrong thing. I'm just saying that that's not the first time I've heard it. And I just think in society in general, like I find myself wanting to do girly things that like I probably wanted to do when I was 10 and 5 and all that, but I didn't feel like I had the space to. And that's not me being childish or anything. That's okay with me tapping into those sides. It's okay. It's safe. It's not wrong. So anyway, I hope that supports y'all. Feel free to leave comments and let me know what you think. And also, if you enjoy this conversation, our next live event will be coming up. and you can sign up for the wait list. We'll put the link inside the chat, the description. You'll see a link around the video. If you want to be on the wait list, just to be caught up, if you enjoyed this conversation around the how this all contributes to your business and your sales and the ideal clients that you attract, and wanting to really be in a space where you've already created an initial level of success in your business, and now you're ready to go to the next level, and you're ready to tap into that next level of your audience, that next level of your messaging, that next level of your sales and positioning, and do it from a place of empowerment and power in your voice and your expression, not sacrificing who you are, what you want, but also being able to show up fully in your expression, and it just so happens to also make you more money. So if that is something that you are interested in, then sign up for our next event, our next live event, and you'll see the link around this video. All right, loves, make sure you share this video with a biz bestie, a mastermind sister, or an accountability buddy who needs to hear it, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, loves. See you later. Thanks for joining live.